going on, guys? Welcome back to another live stream. This isn't a video. This is a live stream. Welcome on in, guys. Appreciate the new follows there on Twitch. Thank you very much. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys smack the follow button just like you've seen there. Now, we're going to be using Daily Grind Fantasy to find the best possible value across all these different DFS apps. PrizePicks, Underdog, Better, DraftKings Pick 6, Fliff, Sleeper, all the above, right? Anywhere that you guys are looking for some value, we're going to try and find it here using the tools. If you want access to the tools, I got a couple codes for you guys. Code DUSTIN Stream gets you 25% off Daily Grind Fantasy. And then the ASIP generator, which maybe we could start here. If you want access to the ASIP generator, cheapest possible price, $3 a day. Use code DUSTIN99AI. You'll get the ASIP generator at $3 a day. Very interesting here. I actually like this. I actually like this a lot. Let's go ahead and snag this. Hopefully we didn't take too much time. Bruce Brown. All right, so we lose Bruce Brown. Let's lose Bruce Brown here and still toss this in. Bang. 10x return here. 5-man flex on PrizePicks. Go ahead and share this link into the chat. First slip of the live stream taking place there on PrizePicks. We have quite a few slips open. Looks like, oh my gosh, Alyssa Thomas sold us already on this one. That's what we get. That's what we get for trusting the old WNBA players in the off season. They mailed it in. We should know better. We should know better. They've already mailed it in. Now, let's go ahead and hop over here to Better real quick. See if we can snag this. AJ Mitchell. Over 3.5 assists. We got Bruce Brown, who we might have missed out on PrizePicks. Maybe able to snipe here over 16.5 points and rebounds. And we have Trey Jones under 19.5. Looks solid on the surface. Do we have something even better here? Gillespie under 3.5 rebounds. Maybe we do a little 5-man here. Under 3.5 rebounds, and then we come back over here. Bazulis. Taz Bazulis under 23.5 PRA. And Better Trey Jones. That kind of doesn't really work. Maybe we just run the 3-man then. That's my fault. That's my fault. Now we're running. All right, I'll share this link in the chat right now. Just got it in. Bang. All right, that Better slip is in the chat for those of you that want to tail. What do you guys say? Super Bets. Appreciate the follow there on Twitch. Thank you very much. Any 4-man pick 6 you like? Got a boost. We could definitely click over to pick 6 real quick. See what we got cooking over there. Let's see. DraftKings pick 6. We got any value? We got a little bit of value here. If you're looking for a 4-man, I mean, it's straight up the top plays off the tool right here. Pretty simple. Pretty simple, honestly. Nurkic over 25.5. Jalen Brunson over 38.5. Keontae George over 34.5. Scotty Barnes under 19.5 points would be the 4 that I would choose there. All NBA. I'm not sure what the boost is for there. Super Bets. But yeah, that's the top 4 plays off the optimizer based off plus EV betting, right? You can see there, most of the market has moved Nurkic up to 26.5 PRA. DraftKings still at 25, favoring the over close to minus 130. Two other books over at 25.5, minus 145 odds. Otherwise, every other book's at 26.5. So you're getting it 1 full point rebound assist lower on DraftKings Pick 6, which is exactly what you're trying to do in plus EV betting, right? You're trying to find where there's an outlier. Where does a book misprice a projection, misprice odds in comparison to the market? And that's exactly what we're doing here with the tools. That's what these tools do. Then it does all the math in the back end to find the highest percent chance that these plays have to hit based off the market. Simple stuff on the surface. Pretty simple stuff. People make it more confusing than it actually is. Somebody said, how come you never take money lines? We do take money lines. There's just got to be good value. And most of these apps are player props. These set payout platforms, they're player prop based. So you're not getting too much money line value. Bruce Brown, we could take the under 22.5 PRA here on Underdog. Both things could happen. He could go over points, rebounds, and under PRA. Watson, we've already faded today. Eamon Thompson, we're starting to try and remember what I've played and what I haven't played yet. Eamon Thompson. Do we go Bruce Brown here? I think we might have to go Bruce Brown. So over here on Underdog now, Bruce Brown, under 22.5 PRA. We'll go Eamon Thompson, over 25.5 points and rebounds. We got Melton, D'Anthony Melton, under 14.5. We got Dylan Brooks, under 19.5. Cade under 34.5 points and rebound. Oh, wait, hold on. Durant. We already got somebody on there. Let's go Cade under 34.5 points and rebounds. And then Sharp. Shaden Sharp under 32.5. Boom. Just like that. We can use our 50% profit boost. Let's ride. Let's ride. Lots of fades. We only got one over, and it's Eamon Thompson that we're rooting on there. Otherwise, we are fading, taking the unders. Some people not super comfortable with taking unders. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Clicking the wrong thing. Trying to get this link over to you guys. Keep clicking on folders. Bang. All right. That Underdog link is in the chat for those of you that want to tail. If you're signing up for Daily Grind Fantasy, remember, not gonna lie, I hate unders. Yeah, that's an issue. You need to get used to taking unders. Liability. Taking all overs is exactly that, a liability. Most value is on the under, right? These sportsbooks, they do play into a little bit of psychology of people wanting to take overs, people wanting to see stuff happen, when in reality, a lot of the value is on the under. Right? People are not playing LeBron James unders. People are not playing Kevin Durant unders very often. Less is more, more is less. But with that being said, right, there are value on the overs. It's not necessarily that only thing we're looking for or are finding is unders. But if you can find the under, where, for instance, Bruce Brown here, all these major sports books and DFS apps have him set to 21.5 points, rebounds, and assists. FanDuel, a sharp book, right? 21.5, so 1 full point, rebound, and assist lower. We just got this at minus 116 odds at a full point, rebound, and assist higher of 22.5 compared to FanDuel and all these other data points. They're a terrible book. If you could bet it at minus 115 at 22.5 there on BetMGM, go for it. But we're getting it at minus 116 here, and full 1 point, rebound, and assist off. That's why there's value. Not necessarily because, people just like to play over, so there's value on the others. No. It's off from the market. That's what we're looking for. I like under on role players, not stars. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm dealing with here. Think about it, injuries, coaching adjustments, etc. Yeah, there's tons of value in reasons why to play unders. But end of the day, if the biggest thing is that you're just making sure that you are getting the best price in the market. by using a tool like this to help you find that, right? Find the value yourself, or for you, I should say. Kobe White, 26.5, pretty heavily favored under across all these. Did we just play Kobe White? I don't think so. Maybe we played Kobe White earlier. Kobe White, NBA. Under 26.5 PRA. From there, we will switch it up a little bit, right? We'll switch it up. We'll come over here to the Sharp Money tool, which is OddsJam. This is going to help you find plays that are profitable when comparing to, where there's a ton of liquidity on these exchange apps, ProfitX and NoVig. OG, we're already on his over blocks and steals. We're not on his under points yet. So I'll go OG under points. Under 19.5 points. We'll need one more play. Can we find a borderline one, or do we get some more value that ends up popping up here? Trey Jones, Jalen Hurts, Deron Holmes. Like, these aren't my favorite lines here, so I don't really feel necessarily like I have to play this. What can we do here? Vucevic, just a ton of value in the Bulls game only, it seems. Quentin Post under 7.5 points. So all unders here. All right, there it is. There it is. Is FanDuel sharper than Pinnacle for player props? I don't know 100% the data behind that, you sleeper, but I think so. Pinnacle, definitely the best, the sharpest in those game lines, money lines, spreads, etc., team totals even, stuff like that. Pinnacle is sharper for sure. But when it comes to player props, I think there's a debate there for FanDuel being sharper. Maybe somebody else could disagree there. But I tend to trust FanDuel a little bit more than Pinnacle. It's always nice when you have both. Obviously, the more data points and the more sharp data points you have, FanDuel, Pinnacle, DraftKings, that's what you're looking for. The more, the merrier, right? The more confident you can be in that bet. Like here, I'm not gonna play Brook Lopez over 7.5 points, just based off of a BetMGM line at plus 100. BetMGM, not a very sharp book, especially in these player props. Like something I am not gonna touch when it's just one data point like that. Trinidad Chambliss, not bad, right? You got a lot of data points. Pinnacle, you got FanDuel. I'd rather parlay this with something, and even then, I don't have anything else with the super sharp data point that's worth parlaying it. So that's why I'm gonna wait and be patient over there. It's paid off being patient on Fliff, especially as of late. So we'll continue to do that. A little bit more value here popping up. Luka Garza, under 9.5 points. Very heavily favored. FanDuel's got it minus 168. I hate Twitch. I missed the last two slips just for no reason. Irish, I think Twitch hates you because you're the only person I know that gets put in a blender. Does AI slip generator put the sharpest data points into one slip or just any data points? It's got its own algorithm. I'm not exactly 100% sure on what the full AI reasoning is. I know sometimes with esports lines, it does throw in some one-to-one comparisons, but for the most part, it's pretty much building out what we'd build out individually. Would you recommend submitting picks at a certain time? But C Dollars, have you hit the follow button yet? Your name seems very new. Like, you might not have hit the follow button before. Unless you're just typically a lurker. Meaning, is it better to do it in the morning or closer to game time? Sometimes when I submit in the morning, using the optimizer, the lines change the other way. So yeah, that's always a risk, right? That you take getting it too early. Just follow. Hey, appreciate it. Just follow it on Twitter too. On Twitter though too. Let's go. Shout out C Dollar showing support today, baby. So I mean, it's a great question. There's really only one sport that you can guarantee the best time to be betting it is, and it is the NBA, right? I've talked about it a lot. I have videos on, my NBA strategies on Daily Grand Fantasy's YouTube channel, where I'm also live right now as well. But the best times right before the tip-off of the first games of the night. So I'm Eastern time, 7 p.m. typically is the first games of the night. In between 5 to 7, 5 to 8 o'clock, 6 to 8 o'clock, that time frame is the best time to be betting the NBA and alerting on these tools here. Because what happens is, injury news, lineup news gets announced during that time before the games. If, let's use somebody better. Let's say if SGA gets ruled out, right? And Chet Holmgren's points line, let's pretend it's this points line, was 19.5. SGA gets ruled out. A little bit more offensive workload's going to fall on Chet Holmgren. Maybe his points line gets bumped up to 21.5. These major sports books that have multi-million-dollar algorithms and models are a lot faster than these DFS apps, these set payout platforms. So, FanDuel, DraftKings, boom, boom, boom. You'll see all these books changing to 21.5 points, but yet Chet Holmgren's stuck at 19.5 points here on PrizePicks. You're able to quickly go to PrizePicks, snipe Chet Holmgren at 19.5 points, and before it gets bumped due to that new news that, SGA's out, and you're going to get him at a line of 19.5, where they plan on SGA being in, but now he's supposed to be 21.5. Boom, right there you have 2 points of value just based off of that. That happens all the time. Obviously, years ago, it was a lot easier, but still, even then, there's tons of random news that gets dropped or announced that is going to shift not only that specific player's, or the player props around it, but also the game lines, the money lines. That's why stuff moves, spreads move, etc. News like that. NBA is the only time to really... Oh, come on now. It's from 6 to 7. You're an idiot. Oh, my God. But yeah, NBA is really the only time, or the only sport that you can really pinpoint a time. Otherwise, it's just hammer the value when you can. But that's also important, right? Getting to learn these markets and seeing... I'm doing a lot of yapping right now. I'm waiting on somebody to say it. So, C Dollars, this is on you if somebody calls me out for yapping, because now you got me on a tangent about it. But sometimes you'll see that, if there's not a lot of data points, or it's, FanDuel's there, and then a couple other books are against FanDuel, like, maybe you just wait on it, right? You want to be taking plays that there's an edge, that are going to close in your favor for the most part. So sometimes there's plays that I might take that are a little bit below plus EV, right? Like something like Mitchell Robinson. Let's check it out. So Mitchell Robinson, I mean, it does seem like the market is trending towards 12.5, maybe. That this should be bumped down to 12.5. Not 100% sure. Is this going to close at above 54.2%? I don't know for sure. I don't have the best inkling of it right now, but sometimes you can look at odds and be like, okay, these sharp books are here. This is being weighed down by some of these shittier books that are clearly off, as well as PrizePicks or Underdog. So yeah, that's actually a higher percent chance to play than what it's showing, just because obviously it's pulling in the math and taking into consideration what these sports books currently have. And if one of those other books are off, it's still going to do math to see where the entire market is and take that into consideration. So you kind of got to look at the odds a tad. I don't know if that was a good explanation or not, guys. I'm sorry. My brain hurts now after going on such a tangent. I feel like I talked in circles, so I'm not going to lie. How many times have I said exactly what I just said before, though? But I'm always here to teach. If somebody new comes in tomorrow, I will do it all over again. But let's get into some more plays. Dyson Daniels. Why is Dyson? Why is everybody taking great rant? Why is Dyson Daniels being taken everywhere? Oh, first off, we do gotta throw up. Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't want to throw up. Gotta put up ParlayPlay here. Duncan Robinson, Mikal Bridges under. Okay, hang on. We gotta take advantage of some of this combo. Duncan Robinson, Mikal Bridges under. ParlayPlay. LaMelo Ball, SGA under 49.5. Bruce Brown and Embiid under 14.5 rebounds. Pickett Edgecombe under. Cade Brunson. Do one more. Is that? Man, these ones are boring to build out, but Klingon and Markkinen under rebounds. I don't like the correlation on this. Let's take that out and find a different one. Kawhi and Draymond Green over 11.5 rebounds. Yeah, that's what I'm running. That's what I'm running. I'll leave it up for a second. You guys can screenshot it and get it in. But I'm playing all these combo props. I mean, based off of the projections and data that we have at all of these different major sports books, these are very high plus EV plays. I would suggest getting these in on ParlayPlay. It seems like they have a ton of value right now, and that's kind of been the case apparently recently. We just started playing them again and noticing that there was value. I haven't clicked on ParlayPlay in a while before the other day when we hit for that 20x. Same exact thing we did here. Took the top plays off the optimizer, made sure there was no negative correlation, etc. And boom. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple stuff. I think you have a free entry on ParlayPlay. It looked like, yeah, $3 free entry. I wasn't even gonna bother with it right now. All right. Like I said, screenshot it and then get it in so that way I don't have to be sitting here stale. Otherwise, if I could share a link, guys, I would. You know it. You know it. I'm always a link sharer. Try to be the best I can. But all right, I'm gonna go ahead and click off. So if you haven't got your screenshot, you got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right. Let's move on past that. Do we have more sharp money? Do we have new plays on Brandon Clark? Brant Clark? I know I've played a couple NHL props today on here. That one sounds familiar. Clark. No. Maybe I've played him recently. Over 1.5 shots on goal. What can we do with it? Do we have more plays? We've gotten in quite a few plays. Colin Murray Boyles. Oh, this is great, actually. Comrie Boyles over 7.5 points. And then Holmes is getting better. I'm going to go ahead and jump on Deron Holmes, sorry. Over 8.5 rebounds and assists. Sharing this link in the chat. Bang. All right, that link's in the chat. I tweeted it out earlier today, but I'm going to try and start going a little bit harder, posting plays on Twitter. A lot of trying to get out a lot more PrizePicks content. That's what everybody loves and wants to see. So if you guys can, when you see the content, drop a like. Try to tail the plays if you want or can. Drop a like, a retweet, a comment, anything's cool. But the best way to get notified of anything I'm doing, whether it's going live, posting a slip, literally anything. When I post a new YouTube video about a different strategy or tool or sportsbook, DFS app, etc., you guys can get notified on Twitter. I tweet out everything I'm doing. So go to my Twitter, hit the notification bell, hit the follow button first, hit the notification bell, and get notified every time I drop something over there. People still use PrizePicks? Yes. Probably no flip value anyways. Chris, there isn't really. Nothing like worth a dang. Chambliss, I'd probably only parlay that at minus 145, so I'm waiting for something decent. We look at pick 6 really quick. Yeah, we'll drop over to pick 6. Oh, hang on, actually. Oh, wait. This actually is not bad at all here. If we can snag Kling as a promo, I'll let you guys know how I feel about blocks and steals market. Klingen over 1.5 blocks. Let's go with Jalen Johnson. I think it might have just moved. I think it might have moved before I even got it. I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to cancel it because I think it moved. I didn't notice the odds were different. Let's go Jalen Johnson with Quentin Johnson. The Johnson parlay. Johnson and Johnson. Oh my God. It was meant to be. It was meant to be. Does that say CFB? This is incredible. The Johnson and Johnson parlay. All right. I'm not going to share that one in the chat, guys. You guys can enter that one. But even better, I love this DK Metcalf line. It's got a high % chance to hit. That's what we're kind of looking for here, typically on these promos. So I'll go ahead and take that with Igor. Let's go. DK Metcalf over 3.5 receptions. Bang. Not bad. Not bad. Not the best data points, but you can't ask for too much when you're playing sleeper, especially when you're looking for value over there on sleeper. I got Brunson for points and assists and Isaiah Stewart lower rebounds right now. On Ostrich on what? Also, have you hit the follow button, Ostrich? 3 point. Oh, whoa. What's going on here? See, like, this is one that, like, where's the market moving? Is the market moving down? Is it moving up? It seems like it's moving up. Deron Holmes over 3s. Seems like a steal on Fliff, or on a sleeper right now. Appreciate Ostrich the fall there. Looks like that probably just moved. Happy New Year as well. Lots of head coaches out in the NFL after week 18 here. Quite a few of them at least. Maybe not even done yet. We'll see some shuffling around. Tom Brady's gonna hire Bill Belichick. over there in Las Vegas, maybe. Could you imagine Las Vegas, Bill Belichick, his young girlfriend? What could go wrong? Brady, Bill back. Now Brady's Bill's boss. Oh my gosh. Absolute cinema. Make it happen. Make it happen. Got LaMelo for 3.5 first quarter points. Nice. Nice. I got that earlier too. I tweeted that out. I don't know if that slip's already cooked. No, she was in this slip. I don't remember where it's at. Who are we talking about again? I don't know. Quite a few slips today. Over there. Underdog. Anything new on Underdog? Kobe White. Garza over 8.5 points. Azonia. Meh. Nah. Really nothing worth a dang. Really nothing worth a dang. DraftKings pick 6 again. I got you. I got you. Really nothing there either. Value's kind of drying up. And honestly, for the slate, for only an 8-game slate, still a decent amount. We're never going to complain at an 8-game slate for sure. But for the slate, we've gotten off quite a few slips across all these different apps. You've seen how many PrizePicks slips I got off. Here's all the better slips between the morning live stream, the afternoon live stream. Got off a few better, or a few underdog plays as well. What's that? 4 slips there, 3 of them being 6-man entries. See one of those come home would be nice. Fliff, which we've been pretty red hot on. We got a parlay. That's our college parlay, NBA, or sorry, CBB and college football playoff to carry in more. Nurkic under assists. Sniped that line today. What's he at now? Let's see. Let's see. What am I doing? I always go to type in the names. Hopefully we got some good closing line value, so it's not up here. Oh wait, it is. So yeah, that's a perfect example here. What a snag. What a snag. Minus 140 on the under now when we sniped it at minus 115. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. A little bit on Cauchy, $C, but not too much. Jalen Pickett. Oh, hold on. Could hit a crazy snipe here. 2 full points, rebounds off. 14 points and rebounds. Nah, they were too quick with that one. Denny under 17.5 rebounds and assist. Sensabaugh. Bryce Sensabaugh, 17.5. You got sharp money plays, possibly. Was Moody over 8.5 points? So we could go Moses Moody over 8.5, and then we could snag maybe Sensabaugh. That's 1 data point. Nurk over rebounds and assists. Booker under. Under rebounds. Why wouldn't it pop up a play, man? Where are my plays? Where are they at? There it is. Okay. Another one here. Another one. Barkley under 2.5 receptions looks good. Yeah, not too shabby, but I mean, it depends on how much you weigh FanDuel, right? You have all these other data points that are saying probably around minus 140 average odds, give or take, minus 140. But then you have FanDuel that's minus 122. If you trust FanDuel a lot, which I do, like I'm not ready to take that yet. Unless this gets so high it's above 55%, then I'd probably go ahead and just outweigh my FanDuel thoughts with the market. But otherwise, I'm not ready to do that yet. Not ready to do that yet. That's just kind of how my brain works and what I go through whenever I'm looking at these. But I think that's probably going to be it for the live stream, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I appreciate anybody that's new following. Make sure you guys support on X if you can with some likes, retweets, comments, whatever. Would appreciate that. If you guys haven't yet, sign up for Daily Grind Fantasy. Get the tools. I'm telling you, you will be so happy that you did. Finding this value all day long, and especially during those, right before the NBA games, mid-season of NBA still. Use code DUSTIN. I'll put it, code DUSTIN stream, and get 25% off your very first month over there, guys. Daily Grind Fantasy, here the tools. I love you guys. I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.